Good, happy Thursday morning, December 17, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's begin. First up, we are going to talk about COVID-19. 21 COVID-19 deaths announced in New Hampshire, the deadliest day since the start of the pandemic. State sets new record for highest number currently hospitalized. Let's take a listen to that video right now.
This is big. The Mega Millions jackpot is so big you can see it from space. So big it's bursting into flames. It's so big that jackpot hit the jackpot. Buy your tickets today online at nhlottery.com or in stores. In New Hampshire, there are 21 new deaths to report today. That sets a new record. The total number of deaths now stands at 625. There's also a new record for current hospitalizations. 286 people are getting care in a hospital tonight. There are 928 new positive cases. 422 of those new cases are from today. 506 are from the backlog of cases being processed. The total number of confirmed cases spanning the pandemic is now 33,433. We will get back to our COVID-19 coverage in a moment.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at New Hampshire COVID information. New updates and data. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 33,433 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 60,873,988 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 625 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 870 number of people have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 306,243 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 784. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 5378. Sorry about that. Allergies. And let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here, new cases each day. Oh my god. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's take a look at new cases each day in New Hampshire. In the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, new hospitalization. And red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here, current cases. In the purple, total current COVID-19 cases, and orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here, total cases. In the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases, orange, total hospitalization, red, deaths, and blue, recovered. I have allergies, everyone. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at this chart here, positive PCR test rate. Take a look. Now let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR and antigen test rate. And let's take a look. Oops. Let's take a look at this chart here. Daily PCR test rate. Let's take a look at this chart here. Each group of cases. And let's take a look at this chart here. Female and male of cases. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, 98% of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder of your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. And let's get an update from New Hampshire DOT on road conditions. And we are hearing that it is difficult statewide, the road conditions. Let's take a listen to Elaine from New Hampshire DOT. She's on the phone waiting to speak. We're having technical difficulties with the video player. Hopefully we can get Elaine on the phone.
This year, I got the most unique gift for the holidays. My wife gave me a Flaviar Club membership for Christmas. One of the many things I love about Flaviar is I can choose from whiskeys and...
Ray, thank you. As Ray talked about, a lot of plows out there right now. We are joined on the phone at this time by Eileen Meany from the New Hampshire Department of Transportation. Good morning, Eileen.
Good morning.
Thanks for talking to us early this morning. Talk a little bit about the conditions some of your drivers are seeing out there this morning.
Well, as Ray stated, conditions statewide are difficult, meaning that speeds are down posted, and as always, you have to drive for the conditions. You can't look at a speed limit and say, I should be able to drive this in winter conditions. You have to drive for road conditions. So for all of our essential travelers, please slow down, leave plenty of space and time, and for anyone who can, and I think a lot of us are in a position these days to be able to telecommute. Stay home. You're safer at home in a snowstorm.
Now we're taking a live look at the snow coming down and some of the plows up in the capital city. Have you heard about any crashes out there? Are you getting reports of people spinning out? Are your truck drivers having trouble staying on the roads?
I haven't heard of any accidents at this point. I think many people have opted to stay home and to let us go out and do what we need to do. Visibility is really poor. So I think, that's always a challenge when you're doing snow removal is, but our people have been doing this for a long time. They're very good at what they do. The best thing that the rest of us can do is to stay off the roads and give them time to do their job and to clear it. It's coming down at a pretty rapid clip, and so there is going to be some snow on the roads until we get into later this afternoon.
All right, it is very cold out there for this storm. Were you able to pre-treat ahead of this one? Did that impact things?
For most of the state, there wasn't pre-treating. They look at temperatures, they look at conditions. There was some residual salt on the road from the last storm, and so that, district by district, statewide, they make decisions about whether or not it makes sense. But at this point, there'll be just, it is a light, fluffy snow. It is cold, but it is a light, fluffy snow. I know there's some blowing going on just looking out my window. But I think that for the most part, we're just going to be out there pushing snow for a while.
All right, Eileen Meany, waking up early for us this morning from the Department of Transportation. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was the spokeswoman for New Hampshire Department of Transportation. And you heard her. If you don't need to go anywhere, stay home where it's safer. Storm causing multiple accidents during the morning commute. Let's take a listen to the New Hampshire State Police and let's see what they are telling us.
This is big. The Mega Millions jackpot is so big you can see it from space. So big it's bursting at the seams. It's so big the jackpot hit the jackpot. Buy your tickets today online at nhlottery.com or in stores.
The snow making for a busy night for road crews throughout this morning, and also police on our state's highways. Joining us on the phone now live is New Hampshire State Police Sergeant Michael Cedrone. Sergeant, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. What are you sort of seeing out there on the roads, you and the troopers, as this storm is progressing this morning?
Well, as it's been stated earlier, the snow is coming down at a very fast rate. The plows are doing the best that they possibly can to keep up. As of right now, all interstates and turnpikes are down to posted 45 miles per hour per New Hampshire Department of Transportation. And since about 10 o'clock last night up until now, we're looking at between 25 and probably 30 crashes and vehicles off the road in various locations.
25 to 30. Are there any serious injuries with those, Sergeant?
Unfortunately, we haven't had any serious injuries so far.
And we've been looking at some pictures of a disabled vehicle here in Manchester that we've been watching. If a driver does have to head out maybe to work this morning, they're an essential worker, they find themselves in a position where they are disabled, especially maybe along a highway, what is your best advice to them to stay safe?
Well, first of all, like you say, I would like everyone to minimize their exposure to the risks in this kind of driving by staying home if they possibly can. If they have to drive, there's absolutely no reason that everybody cannot arrive at their location safely. Everybody has to drive with due care and make the choice to leave enough time for an extended commute with reduced speed limit. Drive with that in mind, as well as not to tailgate, and use good common sense and courtesy on the road. If you find yourself stuck, do everything that you can to just, get as well over to the side of the road as possible and call 911. Troopers are making continuous loops throughout their patrols, and we'll be here throughout the morning, all the way to the end of the duration of the storm to try to keep everybody as safe as we possibly can. We prioritize the calls that need to be dealt with right away.
All right, Sergeant, thank you so much for joining us this morning and the work you do, and stay safe out on the roads there.
Okay, that was one of the New Hampshire sergeants from New Hampshire State Police. Also, he, let's reiterate what he said, drive with common sense, and, stay home if you can. Just stay home. And drive with care as well, and no tailgating. Don't forget to clean off your car vehicles. Portsmouth restaurants can return to outdoor dining service in March of 2021. The decision made to allow business owners to plan. Let's take a listen to that video right now.
This is big. The Mega Millions jackpot is so big you can see it from space. So big it's bursting into flames. It's so big that jackpot hit the jackpot. Buy your tickets today online at nhLottery.com or in stores.
Portsmouth restaurants now have a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to reopening outdoor dining. The City Council unanimously approving March 1st of next year as the date that restaurants can once again seat diners outside. The date is dependent upon weather, of course, but city officials say this gives business owners a bit of a predictability in 2021.
March 1st is the date that they were asking for so that they can make plans for staffing, equipment, PPE, infrastructure, marketing, the ability to store and bring back from storage any outdoor furniture they might need. So it's really a tactical and logistical thing for the restaurants.
The city also says it expects to extend its mask mandate for public areas until June the 1st.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Plow crews across the state prepare for the storm. Drivers urged to stay home during Thursday morning commute. Let's take a listen to that video.
This is big. The Mega Millions jackpot is so big you can see it from space. So big it's bursting into flames. It's so big that jackpot hit the jackpot. Buy your tickets today online at NHLottery.com or in stores.
The calm before the storm, but the plows are ready to go. In Nashua, preparations began Tuesday. Streets around the city are now striped with a brine solution.
Brine is basically salt and water, and it adheres great to the road, so we can put it down well in advance of a storm. and it will keep the snow from adhering to the surface. It's awesome.
Due to the low temperatures in the forecast, the city of Manchester is opting to not pre-treat, but they do have plans to adjust if necessary.
We're loading with a sand salt mix because of the coldness of the temperatures. But if temperatures do rise, as they get closer to the 20-degree mark, then the salt becomes more efficient, and we switch over to that.
Crews are expected to have a 3 a.m. start time as the storm picks up.
We're going to have anywhere between 40 and 50 pieces of equipment out there on the streets. We encourage people to minimize their travel to only that is necessary.
If you could stay home tomorrow morning, that would be very helpful. The fewer cars on the road, the faster we can clear them.
Somewhere tomorrow, whether it be to work or otherwise, they are urged to drive for conditions and give themselves plenty of extra time. Live in Manchester, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester building struck by gunfire. Police say no one hurt in the shootings. Let's take a listen to that video.
Chapel Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Pearlie and our grandfather George decided to sell tractors.
Right now, Manchester police are investigating after 2 buildings were hit by gunfire. Police say they received reports of gunshots heard in the area of Beach and Hayward Streets before 10 o'clock last night. They found shell casings, but say the suspects took off. Police say no one was injured in either of the buildings that were hit.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for our morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.